For
really?
me, because he doesn't like me either, and so anytime there's somebody new he doesn't like, I feel a fraternity, a brotherhood with.
Okay, so we're having beef? No, it's not. Tell me it's not. I mean, really? I mean, out of all the things that need to be dealt with presidentially, he's worried about me saying that he cheats at golf? Or, that he doesn't really know me? Is that what the deal is? Wow, that's awful. Let me see. Let me fix that. Let me find something that might help me with that. This. Let me see. Can we get this on camera? Would that be a bill from Trump National? I think it is.
Why do you think he's saying?
I don't know. I don't care.
That he signed you up for one of your golf clubs and didn't tell you?
Yeah.
So you had to pay, like...
No, I didn't pay. Okay. I got a bill that I didn't pay.
Okay.
Because I had no idea.
Yo, it says, I don't know Samuel L. Jackson, to best of my knowledge, haven't played golf with him, and think he does too many TV commercials. Boring, not a fan.
Donald Trump, former president and reality TV star, gets publicly roasted by none other than Samuel L. Jackson. Yes, the same guy who starred in movies like Pulp Fiction and Snakes on a Plane. But Jackson wasn't just throwing out a clever line, he was serving up receipts, proving Trump wrong in front of millions. And just when you thought it couldn't get crazier, Jackson accidentally revealed his home address. So what happens when Samuel L. Jackson takes a shot at Trump? Well, let's just say it's more than just a tweet. It's a full-on internet storm. Are you ready to hear how this all went down?
Especially in Hollywood, where several celebrities once vowed to leave the US if he became president. But are they sticking to their promises? Let's take a closer look. First up, Samuel L. Jackson. Back in 2015, Jackson joked on a late-night show that he might move to South Africa if Trump won.
If that mother becomes president, I move my black ass to South Africa.
Which brings us to something that caught everyone by surprise, Samuel L. Jackson's golf feud with Donald Trump. Yes, you heard that right, golf. It sounds almost comical at first, doesn't it? But let me take you through this strange, hilarious moment that made headlines and kept everyone on the edge of their seats. The story starts when Trump, ever the controversy magnet, took offense to a comment made by Jackson about their supposed golf skills.
Donald Trump proving that even though he is running for president, there is no Twitter feud that is too small for him. So actor Samuel L. Jackson was asked in an interview, who's a better golfer, he or Trump?
Okay, so Jackson responded by saying, oh, I am, sure, I don't cheat.
According to Trump, Jackson had claimed that he was a better golfer than the former president, and to make matters worse, accused him of cheating on the golf course. Now, if you know anything about Samuel L. Jackson, you know he's not the kind of person to back down from a challenge. So, naturally, Jackson wasn't going to let Trump's accusations slide. In his typical no-nonsense fashion, he immediately fired back, defending his golfing skills and calling out the ridiculousness of Trump's claims. The whole thing was escalating in a way no one expected. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Trump, known for his tendency to take things to Twitter, did exactly that. He took to his favorite platform to deny having ever played golf with Samuel L. Jackson. Trump went even further, criticizing Jackson for being in too many TV commercials, calling him boring, and suggesting that he wasn't a fan of his work. As if calling out Jackson's golfing skills wasn't enough, Trump decided to take a swipe at his career.
Trump apparently caught wind of this and did what he normally does when he gets annoyed by somebody, and he took to Twitter. And Trump tweeted here, I don't know Samuel L. Jackson, to the best of my knowledge. I haven't played golf with him and think he does too many TV commercials. Boring, not a fan.
Oh my gosh, later Trump must have remembered tweeting, I don't cheat at golf, but Samuel L. Jackson cheats with his game. He had no choice. Stop doing commercials.
And in true Trump fashion, he didn't stop there. The president's response to Jackson's critique ended up backfiring spectacularly. Now, you would think that a normal person might try to clear things up or even apologize for the mix-up, right? But not Trump. No, he doubled down, and that's when things got interesting. Instead of accepting Jackson's defense, Trump decided to start a whole new fight over something trivial and completely unnecessary. Big mistake. Jackson, not one to shy away from controversy, took the opportunity to shut things down in the most iconic way possible.
I want to ask you about Donald Trump. You are in a feud with Donald Trump right now. Do you know this?
No, I don't.
Because it's very exciting.
Oh,
for
really?
me, because he doesn't like me either, and so anytime there's somebody new he doesn't like, I feel a fraternity, a brotherhood with.
Okay, so we're having beef?
He didn't just clap back with some simple tweet. No, Samuel L. Jackson went for the jugular, bringing receipts, proof that he had indeed played at one of Trump's golf clubs. This was a masterstroke. Jackson wasn't just defending his golfing skills, he was schooling Trump, proving that the accusations were baseless and putting the former president in a very awkward position. Trump's response, Well, it was more tweets, more distractions, and even more bizarre claims. But by this point, it was too late. The damage had already been done. Jackson had called him out in the most epic way, and there was no turning back. This whole exchange wasn't just about golf. It was a symbolic moment in their long-standing feud. It wasn't even about the specifics of who was the better golfer. It was about showing who had the sharpest words, who could stand their ground, and who could come out on top in a war of words.
I guess you said in an interview that you were a better golfer than him, and then you told a story, is this true, that he signed you up for one of your golf clubs and didn't tell you?
Yeah.
So you had to pay, like...
No, I didn't pay. Okay. I got a bill that I didn't pay.
Okay.
Samuel L. Jackson didn't take the typical route of throwing out a couple of mean tweets and calling it a day. Oh no, he went above and beyond. And his response is exactly what we've come to expect from the man himself: sharp, witty, and completely unapologetic. Jackson could have easily kept the feud going with a few back and forth comments on Twitter, but he decided to up the ante. Instead of playing into Trump's childish Twitter game, Jackson took the high road, kind of. He posted a picture on Instagram that completely blew the whole situation wide open. And here's where it gets really good. Jackson didn't just defend himself with words, he came armed with receipts. Yes, receipts. He posted an actual bill from one of Trump's golf clubs, proof that the two had played together. It was like Jackson went into his archives, dug up this bombshell, and dropped it right in Trump's lap. Game over, right? Not quite, because Jackson wasn't done. He followed up with a sharp, hilarious caption that added even more fuel to the fire, making it clear he wasn't backing down. The internet was about to explode, and Trump's attempts to spin the situation only made it worse.
Not a bad thing.
Now, it's very interesting when Donald Trump says someone is out on TV too much, because, you know, he's very, with exposure, he thinks it's very careful to just barely be on TV at all.
Barely get yourself out there.
But is that true? You say, now you claim right here you have met him.
Yeah, I've met him a lot.
You've played golf with him.
I played golf with him.
He claims...
I actually played golf with him with Anthony Anderson one day.
Gotcha.
And we were all playing together, and we clearly saw him hit hook a ball into a lake at Trump National in Jersey. And his caddy told him he found it.
You know how Samuel L. Jackson is. He doesn't just stop at the punch, he delivers a knockout. The actor didn't just share the bill, he added a caption that was pure gold. He wrote, "I'm going to block his ass too." It was short, sweet, and to the point, just like his movie characters. It was the kind of zinger that left everyone laughing, and Trump looking like the punchline. The internet went wild. Fans, followers, and even critics were loving it. It was one of those rare moments where the internet couldn't get enough of something. Memes, GIFs, and comebacks started flooding social media, and suddenly, Jackson's Instagram post wasn't just a clapback, it was a social media event.
Really belong to that club, and I haven't been there in 3 years. And they go, well, you are a member, and here's your member number. And they were charging me some pool fee for being at I haven't been there. But
fans rallied behind Jackson like never before. People who may have just watched him on the big screen started to appreciate his sense of humor, and let's face it, his ability to take down Trump in one fell swoop. The post spread like wildfire. It was so smooth, it could have been pulled off in one of his action-packed blockbusters. You couldn't help but smile at how effortlessly Jackson handled the situation. And then there's Trump. Well, he was once again the laughingstock of the internet.
What was your reaction to that?
I look at my bank account, I laugh.
Of course, as anyone who knows Donald Trump would expect, he didn't let Samuel L. Jackson's savage Instagram post go without a response. Trump didn't just let it slide, because what would be the fun in that? He had to fire back, but instead of taking a step back and looking like the bigger man, Trump did exactly what Trump always does. He took to Twitter with more lies and ridiculous claims. It's like watching a car crash in slow motion, and you know it's going to be bad, but you can't look away.
Sent me something today that said Trump said he didn't know me.
He said he didn't know you. I actually have his tweet right here.
Tweet.
This is very exciting. So there you go. It says, "I don't know Samuel L. Jackson to best of my knowledge, haven't played golf with him, and think he does too many TV commercials. Boring, not a fan."
So here's Trump's response. He tried to defend himself by claiming he didn't know Samuel L. Jackson. Really? I mean, come on. We're talking about one of the most iconic actors of the past few decades, saying he didn't know who Jackson was. That's like saying you don't know who Spider-Man is, or pretending you've never heard of McDonald's. It was a lie that nobody bought, and Trump's attempt to brush it off made him look worse than ever. But Trump wasn't stopping there. He went ahead and criticized Jackson for doing too many TV commercials. He called them boring and acted like he was above it all, as if Jackson's career was beneath him. But here's the thing. Jackson has made his career not just by being an actor, but by owning his brand, embracing commercials, and becoming a pop culture icon. Trump's attempt to dismiss him was laughable, but it only made him look more out of touch.
Gotcha.
And he used to call me. I have another person that can verify that he knows me. He called me one day. I was here in New York, and he was always calling him, Samuel L., the Don. I go, who? The Don. Oh, Mr. Trump, how you doing? Yeah, you busy today? No. You want to play golf? Sure. Well, I'm not going to play, but I got a friend wants to play, and we're going to play at my club in, it was over here, not in Manhattan, but the other Trump club that's on this side of the bridge. And when I got there, it was President Clinton.
Really?
Who could also verify that Donald Trump knows me.
Naturally, Trump, as usual, claimed to have won many golf championships. If there's one thing we've learned from Trump, it's that his claims are almost always inflated, and this one was no exception. Jackson had already posted proof that they had played at Trump's golf club, so for Trump to turn around and boast about his golfing prowess in a situation where he was outmatched made him look even more out of touch. But instead of letting it go, Trump kept digging himself into a deeper hole. Fans of Jackson took to Twitter to point out all the contradictions in Trump's response. The more Trump tweeted, the more ridiculous he looked. People were practically face-palming at the absurdity of it all. Trump's supporters, of course, came rushing to his defense with a variety of bizarre explanations for why Trump may have forgotten Jackson. Some even suggested that maybe, just maybe, Trump didn't know who Samuel L. Jackson was because he was a very busy man. Yeah, right. The excuses were so ridiculous that it only made Trump look more out of touch and desperate to save face.
A tweet saying, I don't know Samuel L. Jackson to the best of my knowledge.
This whole drama between Samuel L. Jackson and Donald Trump is more than just a celebrity feud. It's part of a much bigger trend in the world of social media and celebrity activism. Jackson's takedown of Trump was a prime example of how social media isn't just for personal promotion or random posts about lunch. It's become a powerful tool for addressing political issues, fighting for justice, and speaking out against the status quo. Jackson, like many of his Hollywood peers, has used his platform to shed light on issues he cares about, whether it's racial equality, social justice, or simply calling out what he sees as political nonsense. What makes this so interesting is that Jackson is part of a larger group of celebrities who are no longer content to just entertain us. They want to lead conversations and spark change. It's easy to criticize celebrities for stepping into the political arena, especially when their opinions often get drowned out by the noise of their fame. But Jackson and others are showing that they're more than just faces on the big screen.
Oh, you already had it.
That was good.
I will say, if we can prove that Donald Trump is lying when he says he doesn't know you, this might be the thing that finally brings down his campaign. This might be the thing. Thank you much.
Let's get on that.
Let's get on that.
They're voices, and they're not afraid to use those voices to challenge the powers that be. Whether it's supporting Democratic campaigns or standing up to political figures they disagree with, Hollywood is increasingly becoming a battleground for political discourse. In Jackson's case, his online war with Trump wasn't just about defending his reputation, it was about making a bold statement. It was about showing that, as a celebrity, he could use his platform to fight for what he believes in and challenge the status quo, even if it meant stepping on some toes along the way. By doing so, Jackson made it clear that celebrities can play an important role in shaping the political conversation, and their influence isn't to be underestimated.